Do you lie so much about makeup products just to be in good terms with the brand? Oh, hello guys, it's me, Nikki. Hello. I don't think I'm ready for this video. Guys, ever since last month, I've been on YouTube for 11 years. 11. That is a decade and then some. I have literally grown up on YouTube. I went from a very insecure 14-year-old to whatever the hell I am today. And in 11 years, a lot of opinions can be formed, can be destroyed, can be brought up again. In 11 years, a lot of things can happen to a person that will form your opinion or assumptions about that person. So for today's video, I want to grab the monster by the balls and talk about all the assumptions that you have about me. I'm scared. I've actually been wanting to do this video for the longest time, but I was too scared. And I was like, people are gonna come for me, people are gonna hate me. But I feel like I'm in a good place right now with YouTube and with my audience. And I feel like I can be a lot more open. And I'm actually kind of excited to see what you guys think of me and what kind of assumptions you have going around about me. So while I answer and talk about all the assumptions, I'm also getting ready and doing my makeup because I have more recordings for Nikki to the Rescue today. So yeah, okay, let's go. All right, guys, let's get started, shall we? First, I'm gonna prime using the Milk Hydro Primer. I'm just gonna apply this, and before we dive into all the specific sort of like assumptions that I'm seeing on Instagram, I have a few that I want to clarify right off the bat. I think the number one assumption that I'm getting, and I'm seeing hundreds and hundreds of these in my responses, and that is, you're rich AF and you don't show it off. Let me be very open and honest about this. I make a lot of money. I work hard for it. I always try to improve myself, and you know that I kind of like deserve my money, since like working hard for it is like earning it to me. Yeah, I earn a lot of money, but I feel like a lot of people think that I have a whole lot more money than I actually do. Like, let me put it this way. I don't like talking about money because I feel like it's just like unnecessary to talk about. But a lot of people feel like if I were to stop YouTube right now, that I would be comfortable and I could sit out the rest of my life without ever moving a finger again. That is false. And now I also think, total honesty, a lot of people think that I'm super, super rich because everyone kind of assumes that I get paid for every single product that I mentioned in my videos. And I feel like that's why I'm so proud of having my symbol system in my videos. Ever since I've introduced that, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, like she barely does anything sponsored. You know, with my symbol system, I very clearly clarify when I buy my own products, when something is sent to me in PR for free. I don't get paid to talk about the products. Whenever you see a little symbol that says ad is when I am getting paid to talk about that certain product. Now look back at my videos, there aren't a lot of ads in there because I barely take on any sponsorships. Now, I personally have always felt more secure with codes. I make less money with codes, but I feel like it's more open and honest. Like, it's totally up to you. Like, if you like the product and you're interested in it because of my video and you want to save some money and use an affiliate code that I use, I feel like that's way more transparent and that gives you more power than a sponsored video. Now, do I think sponsored videos are bad? Absolutely not. I will do them in the future. But you know, it kind of really depends. So that whole stigma of NikkieTutorials getting paid for every single product in her videos, not true. I am now going in with one of my all-time favorite concealers. This is by Marc Jacobs. This is called The Accomplice. It is one of my all-time favorites. I just don't talk about it on my channel a lot because I feel like since I'm so like involved with Marc Jacobs, I don't want people to feel like I'm just talking about it because I'm involved with them. So I sometimes feel like it's hard for me to talk about Marc Jacobs, but I should own it and be proud of it. So Accomplice is going underneath my eyes. And I'm using a very warm color underneath my eyes to cancel out any darkness. And Yasmin says, after a long time, you're finally confident in yourself physically, emotionally, and skillfully. And I feel like Yasmin has a really valid point there, because in those 11 years on YouTube, I have grown so much as a person. I have learned so much as a person. Heck, I shared my life with you guys, and I feel like it has made me a better person physically, emotionally, and skillfully. You know, I don't talk about this often, but I feel like YouTube has really changed me for the better. I was so insecure, and I really doubted myself in everything that I did. And as soon as I started my channel and I started editing my own videos, I kind of started seeing myself in a different light, because I saw what you guys are watching and not what I had going on in my mind. It's almost like stepping outside of your body and looking at yourself as a different human being. You know, I had this like outgoing persona on YouTube, and in real life I was so shy and so insecure and so quiet that after a while I was like, why am I not in real life what I'm projecting for the world to see? So throughout the years, YouTube really taught me to be my true and authentic self. Throughout the years, you definitely see me becoming more outgoing, more loud, and more myself. So in a way, YouTube was my therapy in truly becoming more confident in my skin and, you know, feeling more confident in front of people, really. And what I was just talking about, same goes for my skills. You know, looking back, I'm like, girl, you thought that was blending? That was scratching and making things patchy. Right now, I feel like I have a technique that I'm comfortable with, and I know that works. And it took me goddamn 11 years for me to finally get comfortable with my skills. But yeah, I'm proud of what I'm able to create nowadays. Leilani says, I think you are secretly more in love with sheer makeup than you say you are. Honey, do you see my face right now? No. Liberty Rose says that you're married, but you won't tell us. Trust me, when I get married, you are the first I'm gonna tell. Well, I'm my mom. Okay, so literally no one is assuming that I'm about to do my brows on camera, so I'm not. I'm gonna go off camera real quick to do my brows, and I'll be right back. All right, so the brows are done, and I've been trying something different, and I definitely wanna know if you like this sort of like eyebrow wave I'm on right now. Let me know in the comments down below. So I am going to Optimus Prime using my P. Louise base. The palette I'm gonna be dipping into first is this one by H&B Cosmetics, Dare to Be Different, and I love this. Look at this, all the bright colors. But like you know me, out of all the bright colors, I'm gonna go in with the medium brown called Rich. All right, let's move on to our next assumption. You kind of got stuck up and cocky since you got more popular. Ooh, honey, this could not be more false. Ask my mom, ask anyone around me, which I feel like this is very cocky to like say about yourself, but I think my family, my friends make sure that both my feet are steady on the ground. As soon as I have like a hint of diva-ness going on, or like a hint of like cockiness, especially my mom and especially Dylan will be like, okay, calm it down, girl. Like, you're not Beyonce. And I think that is so important, to have a strong and loyal sort of circle around you that keeps you sane. Because sometimes in this world, things can go really fast. There's a lot of drama happening. Like, it takes for a steady sort of trust circle to keep yourself steady. And I am really happy, I'm really proud that I have that going for me. Now, does that mean I don't stick up for myself? Absolutely not. I think it's very important to tell what your boundaries are or what you're comfortable with. But I don't feel like, and I've never heard it around me, that I'm cocky or that it has gotten to my head. And going in with a more baby pink shade to add in a little hint of color. And look at that, love it. And you know me, I always take it up to that inner portion of the brow. This, for my hooded eyes, just makes life great and amazing, because it just gives me that deep set look without actually having deep set eyes. It's like, oh, makeup is so magical. Like, it's so powerful. It can do anything you want. Katie says, as I'm blending out, you're secretly bad at makeup and it's all Photoshop. I love Facetune. Does that mean I go on and create entire looks in Facetune? No. Do I enhance myself in Facetune? Absolutely, everybody does. Well, not everybody, but like 99% of everybody does. And I gotta be honest, I feel like, what, like 3-4 years ago, I got so comfortable using that Facetune app that sometimes I relied on it to like, I got lazy with it. So as soon as I did a look, I was like, oh, I can fix that in Facetune. Oh, I can do that in Facetune. So I've really started, you know, working on my blending, working on my finishing touches, and I feel like it definitely has made a great difference. So before, there was a lot of Facetune, but never did I like fully create entire looks in Facetune. Nowadays, I really don't Facetune as much anymore. I mean, I have my little smoothing tool, you know, a little sharpen, little tones, but nothing as major as before. All right, next one says, you always try to avoid the drama that surrounds YouTube. And this is very true. I feel like there is so much drama going on YouTube lately, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm proud that I've kept myself out of it, that I've been occupied, that I didn't really have the time to think about it or look at it or see it. It is a known fact that I don't want to get involved in drama. I think drama is very draining, very stressful. I already have a super stressful life. I cannot use any more drama. So when I see something, I stay in my own lane. A lot of people always ask me for my opinion, and that makes me feel really uncomfortable because I don't want to get involved. I know people value my opinion when it comes to influencers doing certain things, but I feel like that's their case. And of course, people want to know what I think of it, but what does that like help you? Like, what does that do for the situation? It's only gonna give it more attention. It's only gonna blow it up more. You know, 9 times out of 10, I don't talk about drama. I never really address my personal drama because 9 times out of 10, it's all lies. And I feel like there's no point in defending yourself against lies because, you know, there are so many things that can be said in today's world that never happened, but if you use the right words, you know that it's gonna hit the right people and the right certain problematic areas. And I feel like as soon as people know that and you get at it, it's only gonna make it bigger. I want my channel to be a safe place for makeup lovers, for people that wanna have some fun, that wanna sort of like log off from the world and just completely dive into my channel. I know that's not for everybody. I know there are a lot of people that love the drama and look it up in the drama channels. And I mean, I watch some drama channels every now and then to get informed and to like, because it's all a learning school too. Let's be honest, when I see another YouTuber mess up, I know exactly what not to do. I feel like this all is a huge learning school where we all learn from each other and where we know how to grow as a person. And I personally feel like I'm doing a good job at it, but I'll let you be the judge of that. So yeah, drama, not my second name. All right, next one, you would never move to LA. That also is very true. I love Holland. I love home. I love that my family is here. I love that my friends are here. And I feel like it's kind of badass to show people that you don't necessarily have to live in LA to be successful. Of course, would it make my life a whole lot easier if I lived there for work? Yes. Would it make me a very unhappy person? I think so too. I think for the first like half of a year to like a year, I'm gonna be obsessed with it and I'm gonna feel like, oh my God, all these opportunities and all this like work stuff. But then at the end of the day, life is not just about work. Life is also about being happy and being in a safe place. And I feel like my safe place is here at home, where my family is, where my friends are, where Dylan is, and where I have my place where I can rest, charge, kind of log off. And I feel like as soon as that's why I don't want to move to Amsterdam either. I live in the south of Holland. I feel like as soon as I move to Amsterdam, I feel like I'm always on. I don't always want to like be on. I want to be able to sign off, charge, enjoy my friends, my family, and my circle. And I feel like mental health is so important. And I feel like as soon as I moved to Amsterdam or LA, the mental health has left the chat. Don't bother me says, you can bust it down, Tatiana. I think we've all seen me on Necker Island with one too many drinks, living my absolute best life. And that is me going out. I am a freak. I am a nutball. Like, I go absolutely crazy and I love to party, have a good dance, have a good drink or two, or 12. I like to convince myself I can bust it down like Tatiana. Probably can't, but hey, if I feel comfortable in my head, that is all that matters. All right, I feel like a lot of power in this look is gonna come from the lashes, so I'm gonna do the other eye off camera, pop some powerful lashes on, and then I'll be back for more assumptions. Alrighty, eyes are done, and now let's bronze. And the next assumption about me is you lie so much about makeup products just to be in good terms with the brand. Oh, absolutely not. See, I feel like a lot of people think this because I try to be as professional about my feedback as I can. When I don't like a product, I will still try and see what group of people this could work for. Or if you have certain things you're looking for in a product, if it could maybe work for you, if it is not working for me, you know? At the end of the day, I feel like these brands put a lot of time and effort into not all of them, but most brands put a lot of time and effort into their launches. And just for me to like knock it down and tear it apart, I don't feel like that's the way for my channel. You know, at the end of the day, I feel better about myself and what I stand for if I try to give the brand feedback on how they can improve. I feel like a lot of brands think they know it all until like the people actually try it and they give their feedback. So that is what I try to do too as a YouTuber, as a reviewer. I try to give them advice on what they possibly can improve if they want my opinion on it. And you know, even though I always try to be as professional about it as I can, there are still brands that have long ass toes that get stepped on very easily. Beauty Blender. I feel like out of the entire Beauty Blender foundation range, I am still the only influencer who has not promoted it, who has not used it, who has not talked about it, because I made a promise that I wanted them to improve before I would ever talk about it. Me saying that got me kicked off the PR list. Like, such like nasty, unnecessary stuff. And brands can still be very childish and not take it the right way. For blush, I'm using another HMB Cosmetics product, the Dare to Be Different line, and this is the blush in the color Self-Made. I am loving this. It is so peachy. It is so pretty. I love what it does to the face. And I think it goes perfect with this look. Now the next assumption, you use your family problems to make people feel empathy. If this is the case, if people really think this about me, I will be heartbroken. The whole reason why I made a vivid choice to talk about what Mikai and my family went through is because I want people to know that, you know, it happens to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a YouTuber, if you're a scientist, if you're a millionaire, if you're a billionaire, if you're whatever you are, people go through loss and people go through dealing with cancer. And I thought it was very important to share our story because it was unique and because it was my way to sort of my like therapy to like talk to you guys and let you know what was happening. And, you know, I thought long and hard about it because I felt like, you know, if you become so personal with the public, you're gonna have to keep people giving updates, which was very hard for me sometimes because, you know, things weren't looking great and we all know how it ended. But I made the very aware choice to share my story for others to kind of hear what I'm going through and maybe it helps them with their story. But if people think that I shared my story about my family for empathy, that just gave me chills all over my body. That would break my heart, really. You would break up with your boyfriend to marry Tom Holland. I love Tom Holland very much, but Dylan takes the throne. Like, Dylan is way above. Like, I feel so good with Dylan and I feel so comfortable in my own skin and he makes me feel loved and he accepts me how I am and he is truly such a good guy. that I praise myself to be very lucky with him. So I'm sorry, Tom Holland, Dylan wins. Okay, time for highlight. I really want to try the new Youre highlighter. Look at that packaging. This one is the Molten Glow. This is for the face and the body. And oh my God, I love Youre highlighters, like they're top notch. So this new color has to go on my face. Oh my God, so I was a little bit scared that this was gonna be too dark for me. And I think I'm getting away with it just enough. Oh my God, when the light hits it, this is glass cheeks, baby. Holy crap. I do wanna let you know that I have a discount code with Youre. I'm always talking about their concealer because it's my favorite concealer of life. But now if you're ordering something, I think you should add this. And to save money, you can use discount code Nikki, honey. All right, now it's time for lips. And because I'm taping the last episode of Nikki to the Rescue today after this, I want some comfortable nude glossy lips that I don't have to worry about all throughout the day. So first I'm gonna line using my favorite lip pencil. This is Nudist by Marc Jacobs. I use this almost daily. Okay, then a nice nude lipstick. All right, and before I finish off using some setting spray, let's do our last one. And since I live in Holland, I was waiting for this one. The assumption is that I smoke a lot of weed. No, not really. I mean, sometimes, but like 9 times out of 10, it makes me paranoid, and I don't like being paranoid because then I get anxiety, and anxiety needs to leave the house. So, no, not really. And that, guys, are the assumptions that came around the most in the responses through Instagram. And I must say, I thought it was gonna be a lot worse. You know, sometimes I get in my own head a little bit too much, and I feel like you guys think a whole lot more negative about me than you actually do. I am thankful that I have such a loving and amazing group of people surrounding me that believe in me and support me, my glow babies. So thank you for making this pleasant. You know, I was expecting a lot of really tough and harsh assumptions, and I only got a few, and I could handle them. I feel like it's so good to talk about certain drama or to talk about certain points that I strongly believe in, and thank you for allowing me to use my voice and for believing in me. So thank you for not thinking that I'm a bitch or that I'm whatever or that you can't trust me. I feel like we have worked on that. I feel like we're in a good spot right now. So thank you. Now, without any further ado, let's go on to today's Dutch word of the day. Now, like I said, the number one assumption that I saw the most was that I'm rich. And what do you need to be rich? Money. Today's Dutch word is for money. Geld. Geld. Hey, hello, can I borrow some of your geld to buy some makeup? As always, if you want to be featured in my next video, all you have to do is leave the Dutch word down below in the comments, comment it down below, or leave a video response on Instagram under the hashtag Dutch word of the day. Okay? I want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. I really did. And hopefully I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.